Movie Variant Showdown. Each and every week, I choose a representative of a movie property, whether it be a case cover, a movie poster, a movie character, or even a movie, and I put it up against other representatives, other variants of that representative of that property. And today, as on the main show, on the headline topic, as we're discussing the 60th anniversary of Doctor No, I thought let's continue this Doctor No thread throughout the show, and let's look at the case covers. The movie case covers of Doctor No. So we've got a few DVD ones, a few Blu-rays to discuss today for the show. So let's get into it with the first one, which is the first DVD case cover. So start off. So this is one that is I've never seen this physically before personally, but it's very much, you've got like a black bar at the top, black bar at the bottom, and then you've got the beach scene in the middle with Honey Rider's character coming out of the water, and then you've got like that classic Bond look where he's holding his gun, and he's in a shirt, and he looks like he's in the beach shirt from the beach here. So it's kind of like depicting that beach scene a bit. Very light within the middle, with the bright sunshine, the bright blue skies, and the beach. The text at the top is, you've got the 007 in the grey, and then in front of that you've got Doctor No in kind of like a fire-like font. I do think it is a bit of a simplistic cover, this one. It kind of looks like a really cheaply made. It feels like, let's go and make a DVD. We're going to make a new version of this DVD. And I will say, this movie has had tons of different case covers. I've missed out a few here because some of them were similar to others. I picked out all the ones that are very distinctively different. But this is very plain, and I think it is it's not the best put together, this one, I will say. I'm not massive on this cover. But let's go to the next one. So the next one is a Blu-ray cover. And this is the Blu-ray cover of Bond, and let's talk about this one. So this one features kind of like the intro of the movie, where you get them sort of like, you get that circular sort of thing that moves around. You see Bond doing his sort of stance at the start of the movie. It's got that sort of look to it, and then you've got the two main characters of, Honey Rider and Bond here. Again, both in the beach attire here, and the beach is kind of like the background for this. It's a lot more lighter, this one, and I will say though, Bond's pose in this, I don't know what he's like wiping his gun against his shoulder. I'm not massively keen on that. The 007 text is very large at the bottom, but it's very sort of like, you can't really see it that well. It feels, because of the white, like the brightness at the bottom here, it's very, very subtle, I would say. And the text of Doctor No is in that fire font again, fire color, and very, very simplistic. I will say though, I like this more than the first DVD. I think it is much better. I think it could be the stance of Bond there. Put the guy in a tux. Just put the guy in a tux. That's all I want to see. I want to see Bond in a tuxedo. Yeah, it's better than the DVD for me though, definitely. Anyway, let's move on to the third pick here. And this is the third pick now, is another Blu-ray of Bond. And this is, let's talk about this. So this one has kind of like a very blue look to it, very blue feel. You get obviously this is in the background. The background image of this one is the car chase. You see Bond's car in the background. We see Doctor No in a white font this time, very much the same text font, but a white colour, sorry. And then the 007 is in that sort of classic gold font, gold colour, classic font. I love the text on this. I think they got the text perfect on this one. For the background, for the image, it's perfect here. It just stands out. 007 stands out. Doctor No stands out as well. Bond is kind of doing that sort of stance again. I think it's probably the same image from the first one, the DVD one, or very similar. And he is more, very, very more prominent on the cover here. It is just Bond. I gotta say, I think this is a tremendous cover. I really like it. Even though all of these don't really kind of give you an idea of the plot, I think on a lot of Bond covers, they're very suggestible, and I think it's a very much look at the actual name of the movie to make your decision on what this is going to be. I think as long as you see Connery there, it's like, this is a Bond movie, go with it. I think that is the idea with all these Bond covers, really, in general. But yeah, I really like this one. I think it is a really nice colours, and I like the blue, really blends in well. Obviously a really prominent colour over the whole colour scheme here, the blue. Really like it. Blu-ray, so far, this version, this cover is my favourite by far. Now let's move on to the next one, and this is one I actually have. I've got this one here before we show it on screen, but the DVD, this is the one, like I said, it comes, you have like the 007 set where it's, you put them all together and it says 007. That is the one I've got anyway. And let's talk about this. So, this one is, this is another great one. This is, let's talk about it. It's very much, again, from the last Blu-ray, the same image of Bond, or very similar. You get the beach background this time, but then you get Honey Rider in there as well. The Dr. No text is different. It's a different font this time round, where it went for like a yellowy black font, which I don't dislike. I do like that font. I like that it blends to a black sort of colour at the top, and then it goes to a lighter. You got that contrast here. I think it's really well. I really like this. So between this, so far, there is going to be one more after this, but between this DVD and the last Blu-ray that I really liked, maybe it's because I have this in my collection, but I gotta say, this is my favourite. Absolute favourite so far. I think it's just a classic one. I think this is the one what was on the VHS or very similar. Yeah, I think it's the best one so far. I'm going with this DVD. DVD Bond so far is my favourite one. I just think it would make an epic poster on the wall. That's what I always look for in a case cover. And I love that Dr. No font as well. I think that's ace. Let's go for the final one. The final one is a Steelbook that is going to be available everywhere, Amazon, HMV, Zavvi, coming out in October to celebrate the 60th release in October. And this is very simplistic. It's just basically, let's get to it, a black Steelbook with red circular dots, and then you get the Dr. No text. What do the red dots signify? Well, if you watch the start of the movie, you get all like that intro where they're showing all the different directors, people working on the movie, and you get like them big red dots that kind of like swizzle around the screen a bit at the start of the movie, and you get that classic Dr. No text. And if you've just watched the movie, it kind of makes sense that they would do that. But for me, why don't you feature Bond on it? Why isn't the like Bond doing these like signature pose or something? It's a 60th anniversary set, a Steelbook, and it is just so simple. And maybe I do like that sometimes. I like minimalist design sometimes. I do like them simpler designs, but this is too simple. It just doesn't offer anything. It's not exciting. I think some people might like it. I'm not a big fan. So, who is the winner of today's movie variant showdown? I will tell you, the winner is the DVD of Bond. This one here, right in my hand here. This is the winner of today's Bond. Again, I love the text on the Dr. No. I like the contrast, the black to the lighter colours. The look of Bond here, I think it's great. I think it would be better with a tuxedo, but it's a beach movie, isn't it? So that kind of makes sense even more. A lot of it's set on the beach in Caribbean, so it makes sense. You get the excellent first Bond girl in Honey Rider, the character. Absolutely superb. I think this is definitely the winner. It's my winner today for Movie Variant Showdown, celebrating the 60th anniversary of Dr. No.